Tears streamed down Anna's face as she counted the few crumpled bills in her hand, her heart sinking. The money she had painstakingly saved for the month's rent was missing, and, in its place, a gaping void of despair. Her son, David, once a beacon of hope, now cast a shadow over her life with his troubling ways. Born after countless prayers, David was the miracle she had always yearned for, but his path had taken a dark turn after the untimely death of his father. Anna, a widow burdened with grief and responsibility, found herself alone in raising her son. She toiled day and night, her hands wrinkled and sore from washing endless dishes in a local hotel. Despite her exhaustion, she never faltered in her love for David, hoping her sacrifices would guide him toward a better future. However, David became ensnared in a web of bad choices as he grew. He started stealing money from the very hands that worked tirelessly for him. Anna discovered his misdeeds repeatedly, each discovery a dagger to her heart. Yet, she met his transgressions with forgiveness, her love unwavering, her hope undying. David was still that precious child in her eyes. She remembered the nights she spent soothing his childhood fears, the days she juggled jobs to ensure he never felt the absence of a father. But now, those memories were tainted with the pain of betrayal. The impact of his actions weighed heavily on David. Each stolen bill was a reminder of his mother's love and his ingratitude. The guilt began to gnaw at him, yet he found himself trapped in a cycle of wrongdoing, unable to escape the person he had become. One evening, as Anna returned home, her body weary, her spirit crushed, she found David waiting, his eyes brimming with unshed tears. The silence between them was heavy, filled with unsaid apologies and unexpressed pain. Finally, David spoke, his voice barely a whisper, laden with regret. He confessed his wrongdoings, his voice cracking under his guilt. Anna listened, her heart aching, yet filled with a mother's unconditional love. She reached out, her touch gentle, her forgiveness immediate. At that moment, their roles reversed. She became the child, vulnerable and seeking comfort, and he, the protector, vowed to mend the wounds he had inflicted. This pivotal moment, he marked the beginning of David's redemption. He realized the depth of his mother's sacrifices and the boundless strength of her love. He vowed to change, to become the son she deserved, to rebuild the trust that had been shattered. From then on, David worked alongside Anna, his every action an attempt to repay her for her unwavering faith in him. Together, they faced the world, their bond more substantial, their love deeper. In the end, Anna's steadfast love guided David back to the light, proving that love can heal and transform, even in the darkest times. Anna's heart ached with a familiar pain as she once again discovered the missing money. David, her only son, born after fervent prayers and raised amid countless sacrifices, continued down a path of deceit and betrayal. His habit of stealing money seemed unending, a harrowing shadow over their lives. Despite her endless love and ceaseless toil, washing dishes in a hotel to make ends meet, David remained oblivious to his mother's struggles. One day, David announced a trip to another city with his friends. Anna, her heart heavy with worry and unspoken fears, watched him leave, her eyes clouded with unshed tears. Alone and engulfed in her thoughts, she felt an overwhelming dread. It wasn't long before her health, strained from years of hard work and emotional turmoil, gave way. She was rushed to the hospital, a frail figure lost amidst the sterile white walls. There, fate orchestrated a chance encounter with Mary, an old friend who worked as a nurse. Mary, seeing Anna's fragile state, offered her a place to stay upon her discharge, a gesture of kindness in Anna's world of despair. At Mary's home, amidst conversations of past times and present woes, Anna shared her heartache about David. Aghast at David's actions and moved by Anna's plight, Mary suggested a plan to teach him a life-altering lesson, Together, they devised a ruse to fake the selling of Anna's home, hoping it would awaken David's dormant conscience. Meanwhile, oblivious to his mother's condition, David enjoyed his trip, his mind free from the worries of home. Upon his return, he was met with a jarring sight, a notice on the door of his childhood home declaring it sold. Panic gripped his heart. The house, the last remnant of his family's togetherness, the silent witness to his mother's sacrifices, seemed to have slipped through his fingers. Frantically, he tried to contact Anna, but to no avail. Days turned into weeks, each passing moment a torment, his mind plagued with images of his mother, alone and unwell. The guilt he had long suppressed surged like a tidal wave, drowning him in a sea of remorse. Finally, after weeks of agonizing wait, Anna contacted him. Her voice, weak yet filled with warmth, was a balm to his tormented soul. David broke down, tears streaming down his face, as he apologized for his actions, his words laden with genuine remorse. The realization of his selfishness and the potential loss of his mother's home had shattered the walls he had built around his heart. Listening to her son's tearful confession, Anna felt a mix of pain and relief. Her love, tested by time and trials, remained unconditional. She forgave him, not with ease, but with the understanding that this was a pivotal moment in their lives. This experience marked a profound transformation in David. The shock of nearly losing his home, the realization of his mother's illness, and the understanding of her unconditional love all combined to steer him onto a new path. He pledged to care for Anna, to make amends for his past mistakes, and to be the son she deserved. Their bond, once strained, began to heal. David took up responsibilities, his every action reflecting his newfound resolve to be better. He found employment, managed the household, and, most importantly, reinstated the trust eroded over the years.